so fresh, like 4 days later. Like, what's Matt know that we don't know? And he's like, I don't know, G. He's like, something's different. So then I go, visit his kitchen, understand. He sells way more meals outside of what we do together, but his enthusiasm, his attractive personality, him being just like super devoted to passion and purpose has been fun to watch. So thank you.
Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, CoryG.
Yeah, boy.
All right, Jake Emery. You had the opportunity to stand in the island. I'm Matt motherfreaking Keeney, and Jake Emery, I'm in the motherfreaking house. Good. Hey, after hearing all these people speak, I mean, all of us like-minded community, I heard this a couple months ago, and it couldn't stand more true. None of what Jason says, none of what Jake says, none of what Cory says, Danny says, none of it is relevant unless your spouse is supportive. None of it. You're either rowing in the same direction or rowing in the opposite direction. So you might have the best idea, you might be the best business man, woman. Nobody can stop you. But if you got resistance when you're coming home, it's over. It's only a matter of time before the boat tips over and you're paddling. So before you go and do it, like, you better have that conversation. Lucky enough for me, I had a wife that the only way she became supportive, because I was a train wreck from 17 to 25. When I met her, I had about $5 in my pocket. I was at a $5 bottomless cup nights, had 12 Jaeger bombs deep, and I said, who is that lady? And luckily, she was always by herself, and obviously I've been stalking her for a couple weeks. I knew where she was going to go. And I was like, man, if I just got these 12 Jaeger bombs in me, one, I had no confidence. We all have the backstory. I'd failed at everything I do. Every time I said I was going to do something, I ended up not following through. And for some ungodly reason, she found, I don't know, she found something inside of me. Wasn't the best husband for a while. I wasn't the worst. And literally, we just had this conversation that, we got married, and I don't even know, like, just to check the box, 27, 28, 30. Everybody forces that you're supposed to get married. Whatever, get the job. If somebody told me that you could have been a trainer at 17, 18, you think I would have spent 7 years in college for a 4-year degree and $35,000 of college debt? Absolutely not. This is a funny fact. I applied for a teaching job. My cousin is here with me tonight. We don't hang out often, but I knew it was a special time for him to come. We went to college together. He was a good student, did the right thing, complete opposite. I graduated, I applied for a job and didn't get the job. And I ended up finding a job working construction, making $25 an hour. You do the math, that's $52,000 a year. Starting teaching salary 20 years ago was $30,000. I was like, what did I just go to college for? I'm never going back. So much so that about a year ago, the university called me and said, hey, we was looking, like, you've never came and picked up your degree. And I was like, you know what? That's kind of a flex. Like, I don't even want the degree. Like, it's like, and you can ask my wife, I've never went and picked it up to this day because I have no plans on using it. So I'll tell you about where I am right now. So I can stand here boldly and say, I founded a meal prep company. We have 3 locations. I have 40 staff members. I'm soon, by the fall of 2025, I'm going to have 2 more locations. So I have 5 locations. We are this year, like, I don't know what wealth is. I don't know what money is. And maybe, Joe, hopefully one day I have the opportunity to sit in your office. But to say that I was going to build $1 million company, because I did start as a personal trainer up in a gym, when we made $100,000 one year, I thought I made it, right? And then I had this idea during COVID, if I could feed more people, I could serve more people. And then numbers start tracking. I'm looking at Brooke, like the first year was like 650, 750, 850. And I'm like, first year I'm at Core, I'm like, we're going to have a chance to hit $1 million. I don't know what that means, but I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to get educated. It doesn't really matter what your gross profit is. And somebody you'll see is like, there's really no need to lead with gross profit if you're red on the back end. So it's all about net net income after taxes and all that. So really doesn't, like Corey can say, he did what muscle farm at its peak, and still it's borrowing money. So, but I can proudly say that I know what my net profit is, and this year we're on track to say we're a multi-million-dollar company. And so that's where we are. That's how I have the opportunity to stand right here. And I can kind of title this from sidelines or to the seat to the playing field. Like, I've been in your guys' seat. I've been a spectator for 8-10 years. This has been a 10-year college course that I got for $7.99 a month versus the dumb, stupid college I went to and had to owe $35,000. My wife met me, and she's like, and guess what? The debt was just to go on spring break. I did go to 7 spring breaks in college. That I did do. But how did we get here? One, gift, purpose, passion. God identified. Everybody here has a gift inside them heart. Whether you believe in a higher power, whether you don't, everybody here is super talented, have the utmost skills and a gift. God blessed us all with that. All right? Purpose. When you find your purpose and you compare that with your passion, I say it's a wrap. Absolutely wrap. And then at the end of the day, if somebody will pay you $20 to do bicep curls, we hear Corey, like the first time I began in the CrossFit style, I'm like, you're going to pay me to tell you to do burpees? I couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm winning. Gift, purpose, passion. You're all here. You all have that. If you die into that, you're not going to lose. What I can also say I'm proud about, I grew up in a town of 1,800 people, 2 red lights, 73 students in my graduating class. I graduated 55th out of 73. 2.0 GPA. I did just enough to get by that. As long as I could put on a football jersey, play basketball, I'm good. Like, school didn't interest me, and now I'm starting to understand why school didn't interest me. They didn't teach me what, English, math. My 2 favorite classes, I tell this, was gym class and lunch class. The 2 things that I look forward to. I happen to have my own gym, and now I'm feeding people food. Nobody told me that was a possibility. And I say this proudly. This hurt my mom's feelings years ago, but we've since been to that. And I tried to tell her, and I can say my mom had me at 17. She didn't graduate. She didn't graduate high school. Forced. Grandma grew up. My grandmother was 55 when she passed away. She didn't even know how to read. My mom went to college at Votech at about 18, 19. She failed a class. Nobody told her she could go retake the class. She had, AG, and then we're building legacy that somebody's went before you. Jason had nobody to tell him. He had to figure it out. Luckily, Corey came in. Family legacy is huge, and that's what strives me today, that my kids are at least, I'm going to put them in the right opportunity for them to win. They're not going to have to guess. We're going to know. So my mom didn't graduate. My father was a alcoholic, a little bit abusive. I witnessed as a kid, lots of fighting. End up in the early 2000s, small towns. Everybody has the family member that got consumed by the opioids in the early 2000s. Our relationship was ruined from the time I'm 17 to 35. The last time he stopped at my house, you can ask my wife, I kicked him out. He would come over, try to do odd jobs, just wanted a couple of dollars. Yeah, if you're going to work, sure, And then he showed up one day, couldn't walk, and I'm like, leave, like kicked him out, go. Last conversation I had with my dad. I'm working in corporate America. My wife and I is doing the things, just still clocking in, clocking out, collecting a paycheck. I'm just getting by, no purpose. My wife knocks on the door, 2016, March 2016, March 6, 2016. Hey, I can see a look in her eyes. I'm thinking, oh God, something happened to our kids. Right then, I said, the kids? She said, nope. I said, Dad? She said, yeah. I've been waiting on that day. He was killed in an automobile accident. Pretty confident that he was under the influence. Head-on collision with a semi 1 mile from home. 1 mile from home. That day, walking out of corporate America, God spoke to me. And I said, I'm not coming back. I was just introduced to Activate Radio. Who in here listened to Activate Radio? Remember that one? Obviously, Activate Radio. So at the time, Activate Radio, Business and Biceps, CoryG Fitness, Mindset Manual. I injured my wrist at a CrossFit gym. Doing a power clean. Coach said, let's do the WOD. I'm trying to get that PR, 300 pounds, peeled my wrist back. And then I can't exercise. Looked to the coach. Coach said, hey, I just came across some crazy guy on Instagram that's squatting every day. At least come in here and squat. So boom, right there. Followed him on Instagram. Seen the Mindset Manual. I don't know how. Maybe he was doing a lot of lives on Instagram. I ended up ordering the Mindset Manual. I've never read a book in my life. Never read a book in my life. I read the book in at least 3 days or less. I always butcher it, but you can tell my wife is like, I'd be laying in bed reading it. That was weird. And, and we all talk about daily perspective. Actually, I read the book prior to the passing because as my dad passed away, I had read the book and Cory had spoke to me like, it's going to be okay. Today's the worst day. Everything else is up. And I had an opportunity to mope and do nothing, stick to the beer, stick to, potentially, it's right. I was always in the room where there's pain medication or a chance, but God always steered me like, hey, there's more for you. I just went on a free 8-year college course, growth mindset. I didn't know what a growth mindset, fixed mindset. Like, what are you talking about, fixed mindset? Oh, there's, and then 3 books that changed my life. If you haven't read these 3 books, I would say you guys all have. One, The Compound Effect. Compound Effect was book number 2. Darren Hardy, easy read. I'm addicted to reading at work. And like all this you mean to tell me if I lunge 400 meters every single day, in 6 months, I'm going to lunge 30 miles? But delayed gratification, daily compound, putting the money in, checking the box. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, he talks about it, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If I bought a boat, I thought I was winning. That's an asset. No, a boat is a liability. Everybody in my town, we don't talk about investing. They don't talk about anything to elevate yourself. It's small level thinking. So I had to elevate myself. Start getting in rooms like today. I've been preparing myself 8 years for the opportunity to stand up here. A little excited, a little bit passionate. I love it. I'm ready to, actually, I thought about doing 2 claps and Ric Flair to get everybody going. But my 4 keys, Jake, pretty cool. Obviously, we studied under the same tree. I didn't know that your dream statement, I've kind of followed that too. I got my 4 keys to success is dream, visualize, engineer, action. Daydreamers. We got to dream it into existence. Ability to speak it. And actually today I'm saying I'm 42 today, at 44 years old. It's in my town, I can't really say this because people get a little turned off about it. At 44, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm saying it. I said it on camera, so now I have to, right? The numbers are pursuing, but it's uncomfortable to say, but I'm saying it. And hopefully that's only going to impact, not for me, but I'm trying to change future generations myself. Dream, visualize, engineer, action. Visualize, we're standing in the house right now. It all started by seeing it on a boat. Engineer, okay, that's where you got to put the action, you got to put the game plan. All right, we're playing the state championship Friday. We have to have a game plan. If you don't have a game plan, you're going nowhere. You're either going forwards or backwards. You're not staying stagnant. One or the other. And then, as Jake even talked about today, action, daily, consistent action, compound effect, action, 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 over I started a meal prep company. You stole my idea. That was my idea. Huh? Did you sign the loan to the contract? And the idea is nothing without action. October 2023, Cory, Matt Keeney here, 90 minutes south of Columbus, longtime CoryG ambassador. Congrats on the island. Absolutely incredible to see the unseen and make it come to fruition. I've dreamed and visualized of being a business partner of yours for some time, and I am going to make it happen. I didn't give him an opportunity to rebuttal. He could have said no, but I knew the value that I was going to over-deliver with. I took an idea. If I could ever get 5 minutes of your time to present a business opportunity, know that I am not seeking no money. Joe, would you invest in my company? We've never had a conversation. Would you like to give me $20,000, sir? I got a great idea. Okay? If I could get 5 minutes of your time to present a business opportunity, know that I'm not seeking nor money, or will I add any stress to your life? Do you think he needs to be able to teach me how to build a meal prep company? No, I have to already have the blueprint. I took an idea and concept and grew it to a 7-figure business in a town of 2,000 folks and can provide data to back those numbers up. You can ask my wife. I kept talking 2 years prior, like, when do I talk to Cory? And then I knew I had to have data to present to him to even get his time. I shot him a screenshot. Here's the gross profit this year. Bottom line, I want to be a meal prep provider for busy diet, anabolic fasting, and provide you with a Mr. Wonderful, like royalty, passive income. I'm thinking Shark Tank, right? We've all watched it. This is my Shark Tank opportunity. And he can either say yes or no. And if he says no, I'm going to knock on the door the next day. My kitchen and staff are performing all the work. I need a shot. Michael Jordan says that. I need one shot. And you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I want the ball in my hand every damn time. And I don't even like to cuss. Give me the ball. I tell my son, anytime he goes to the batter's box, when he gets it, it's 4th and 1. 4th and 1. You either want the ball or you're like, oh my God, coach, don't give it to me. I want the ball in my hand every single time. And I'm pretty confident that everybody in this room wants the ball too. Have a great weekend, dude. Respectfully, I will answer or drive up at any moment you give me. I don't really need to go in details. He shot me, but it didn't matter. I was committed anytime, anywhere, any place, and I still live that motto. If I get a phone call, I just drove 8 hours round trip. We had a mess up this week. I delivered to every personal customer. Didn't call Cory and tell him. The customer actually told Cory, he's like, man, can you believe Matt delivered those meals? Because every customer is of importance. And then back from the business and biceps, me and Cory talk about authenticity. I'm not worried about any. I live in a town, small. People say they're going to open. I'm not worried about nobody else, because what nobody can beat me at is authenticity, right? I'm showing up tomorrow. I'm at the gym tomorrow. I'm giving. I'm serving. I want to be the ball coach. Heard this years ago. It's actually on my wall inside my gym. Shout out Mo Claret. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing real can be threatened. You're either about it or you're not. You will be exposed if it's fraud. It's just a matter of time. Cory vetted me for 2 or 3 months and he realized, like, this guy is who he says he is. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. My name is Matt Keeney. I appreciate your time.
Yay! Good job.